Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily, Wednesday workout. Des here. Just looking to instill a little bit of midweek motivation for those that might need it or those just looking in. Of course, I always look to encourage activity where possible, but the main aim here is to be honest, realistic, relatable. Hopefully the information, the things I say can cross over into everyday life, just make you sort of think that perhaps there's different ways you can approach it, particularly if it's not going well. If it is going well, it's just that reassurance sometimes that we can keep doing the things we enjoy to really push on. On any normal Wednesday, I'd be out with a running club, doing my thing. Running is what I love, of course. But today, that wasn't possible. Again, without going on about it too much, the injury is still really painful. So it's frustrating, and it is really starting to frustrate me now. I can be as positive as I can about everything else. But this injury and not being able to get out for a run is really getting to me. I'm starting to realise, again, when I'm not in a great place, I'm starting to realise how much running actually does work for me. And the sort of bizarre thing about it all is, whilst I can't run and that's what's frustrating, getting out for a run would really sort of pick me up, put me back in the right direction. And that's what it's about, isn't it, on a Wednesday? It's just trying to get yourself on the right track, on the right path to finish strong, as I mentioned before, and to just keep doing what we do. Yesterday, I spoke about keeping on, and we spoke about how we have to sort of do what we need to do at any given time. But yesterday in particular, when I didn't attend the group activity, whilst I was doing that for, as duty called elsewhere, for the bigger picture, for the longer term benefit of do running and all the things I'm trying to build here, it just really reminded me again of how much I am missing it. So we can be as positive as we like, and we don't always know when something's going to creep up on us. So today I thought it'd be a good idea to speak about ways, if you can't do activity, if you can't do the things you want because of injury, because of a myriad of other reasons, I thought it'd be interesting to speak about ways of staying involved, ways we can keep ourselves involved in group activity, in being around others, in doing the things we do, just little ideas and suggestions to stop on top of it. My first idea is to keep attending the group activity. I've spoke about all through this, I'm in a position where I kind of have to, I run these groups, I do a lot of organising and sort of trying to motivate people and inspire them. So it's kind of part of my job, it's what I do. But one thing I picked out from the session tonight, there was a really good spirit within the group. I couldn't do it, I'm feeling a bit flat about mine, but sort of encouraging the others, being positive about it, seemed to create an energy in the room. And I'm not saying it's not always great, but tonight in particular, there was lots of chat about what we enjoy, lots of running chat. Of course, it's a running group, but the chat was about what we enjoy, and that's the most important side of it, isn't it? We were talking about all sorts of things, past experiences, what we're doing in the future, sort of taking individual takes on it as a big group, and that don't have to be just about running, does it? If you can't do something because you really want to, but it's just not happening for whatever reason, it's about staying involved. So that gave me perfect opportunity just to get along, and it's just helped me through this tricky spell, this tricky period where I'm not feeling sorry for myself, but those frustrations are starting to sort of bubble a little bit, and I need to sort of remember to do all the things that I enjoy. So that's definitely the first one, is just stay involved wherever you can. Fortunately, I can go and lead and talk to people and do things like that. But there'll be other ways of staying involved, whether it's WhatsApp groups, whether it's social media, if you'd really like to come to the group, but for whatever reason, an injury or illness kept kept you away from it. Any group, not just a running group. Do you know, there's social media these days. We can use that in a positive way. We can use it, you know, communicate with people. That WhatsApp groups, you know, help us sort of stay a part of things. But you have to be positive within all that. You know, you have to embrace it and take it on board. You know, we all moan about social media and how negative it can be at times and how people use it in a bad way. Do you know, my thoughts on it has always been, use it for whichever way it works best for you. You know, I get accused of being happy clappy and here he is again, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's showing all the good things. Absolutely. You know, but I'm not doing it in a way to paint a picture of I've got a better life than I should have. You know, I'm doing it in a way that I don't want to put rubbish on there. I want to create this positive persona. You know, I want to sort of inspire and motivate people. I don't put big flash pictures of big flash cars or I've got this or I've got that. Just really sort of small things that I do that I really enjoy, and that's another way, isn't it, of staying involved when you're not able to do what you really want to do. Another way, you know, is to find a different activity. You know, I've mentioned it a lot through DOdaily when over previous sort of illnesses and injuries when I've not been able to run. You know, I picked up walking. You know, something I was never really into. The running gives me my sort of adrenaline and gives me that sort of endorphin rush. But when I couldn't do it, particularly in the lockdown period, when I had a little bit more time, I went for a walk. And what that did, you know, it kept me at a base level of fitness. You know, I wasn't as fit as I wanted to be. I'm not as fit now, but I'm really trying to dig deep and remember how important the walking was. You know, it's still activity. It takes twice as long. You probably burn twice as many calories. So it'll help you keep the weight off, but it'll also give you that base level of fitness to work from. If you sit on the couch and watch television for months, weeks, whatever it takes, we know the result in that. We know what's going to happen. We're going to put on weight. We're going to feel sluggish and lethargic. You know, and then there's all those benefits for me of getting out in the daylight, you know, taking pictures, doing all these things I enjoy doing, picking my head up and having a look round. So again, whilst I can't do one activity, I'm finding plenty of enjoyment in another. And this week, I've managed to get myself out for a couple of 5-mile walks, really, really enjoyable, you know, really sort of made the most of that and really sort of taken heart from it, you know, realising I'm doing what I can, not being defined by things I can't control. I can control getting out there, I can control what I put on social media, I can control going to the running club and being positive. You know, so there's just a couple of ideas of how we can be sort of positive about the things we're doing, accept the frustration, accept that things aren't going to plan, you know, and just keep really sort of pushing on. I always use this point in the week as the time where we can sort of, it's kind of make or break for the week, isn't it? You know, you look back on it and go, it's been a disaster, I make the most of it. Or you look back and say, it's been good, you know, I don't need to do much more. If it's been good, make it good. If it's been a disaster, make it good. And that's all I'm saying, you know, and that's within all our individual controls. You know, we can make it happen. You know, I could easily sit back and say, I can't do this because of this. You know, there's lots of things I can't do because of this, but I'm not. You know, I'm sticking to all the things I enjoy doing, sticking to my routines. You know, just on that point, actually, I wasn't thinking this, but the routine of going to the running club, organising, speaking to people, you know, again, it's just helping, isn't it? If I stop doing it for a week or two, if it really did stop me, you know, it then gets it breaks that routine, and sometimes it's difficult to get back into. So what I'm saying is, do it the best you possibly can. You know, for me, it's getting there. For me, it's getting my activity in slightly different ways. You know, if something's stopping you going to your book club, I don't know, you know, choose a different activity you can do. I don't know, that's just a suggestion that jumps into my head, but you know what I mean. It's just about adjusting things just to make sure you keep doing it. Arrange to meet a friend, you know, at the same time, just so you're taking that time for yourself. And we've always said on a Wednesday how important that is, taking a bit of time to kind of evaluate where we're at. I've just mentioned it before, whether we're good, bad or indifferent. I'm doing it, I'm checking in, I'm admitting the frustration, I'm admitting that it's getting to be a little bit more than I want it to be right now. But that means I've really got to sort of make sure the things, when I'm feeling good, when I'm feeling on top of things, which I do naturally, are happening. I've got myself into arranging some football kind of competition within the running group and our base at the boot room bar. And somebody said to me, where will you find time for that? The reality is, I get myself involved in these things, so it keeps me going. I enjoy it, of course, because it's football. It's trying to sort of pit your wits against somebody else. Use my knowledge. I think I'm a bit of a football stato, so I'd like to sort of take it forward that way. But the reality is, what I'm doing is just keep doing what I do, keep pushing forward. Keep finding ways to be involved. To take my mind off things. Like I said yesterday, I had to do what I had to do, but then when I thought about it, I thought, I've missed the group, and then it sort of got to me. But if I'd have sat at home and missed the group, I'd have been really struggling. So that's really what I want to say today, guys. Just a couple of ideas, of how we can stay positive when things are sort of conspiring against us. It's not the end of the world. Injuries, illnesses, messed up plans, difficult situations or people are only temporary. Things will always feel a bit better, and that's what I'm kind of clinging on to. I'll get back there. Again, just another quick story. It's popped into my head. Evan said that one of the guys said he recently done his 5k PB, and he feels like he's never going to get back there. And my natural response was, keep working hard, and you will get back there. It seems like it's somewhat above him now, and it wasn't that long ago. But the reality is, he's got to do all the things that he was doing to get back there. It's all right thinking, I got there, I achieved it, it's never going to happen again. Talking like that for a start is not the way. But my natural response was to say, just keep doing the things, keep working hard and you'll get there. And then I thought to myself, my PB was a long time ago now. It was over 4 years ago on a 5k, and it seems like a really unrealistic target. And I was doing to myself exactly what I saw him doing to himself before I jumped in and interrupted him and said, keep working hard, keep doing the things you've done, and you'll get back there. And it was just that reminder to me. It was just that sort of conversation that made me think, no, you just need to keep working hard. You just need to keep doing the things you do. This time last year, or just earlier this year, sorry, not this time last year, I was running after an illness, 30-minute 5Ks. Times are irrelevant in all this, but I'm just using it as an example. I was running a 30-minute 5K, and I got it down to a 24-minute 5K, in the space of 2 or 3 months. And that just shows the kind of progress you made, and you can get back to somewhere near where you want to be. It's about working hard, guys, being realistic, being honest with yourself, and just realising that there's different ways to skin a cat, and that's all it is really. Ultimately the goal is here, but there's different ways to get there, there's different routes, just like any journey anybody ever takes anywhere. And that's my message for today. I hope it made sense in the end. It's quite an important subject, and I've been thinking about it a lot without really having the time to piece it together, but hopefully it made some sense. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please drop your comments below on any activity you've been doing or how you're feeling. Absolutely anything you want to comment on, the videos. And of course, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with Thursday Thoughts. The live questions and answers. If you've got any questions, I'd love those, to know anything about what I've said, particularly during this tricky time. I'm quite happy to be honest and open and say it as it is, even if I'm not feeling fantastic, And that throwback question, when do you prefer to do your activity? Morning, noon, after lunch, before lunch, night time, middle of the night? When do you prefer it? I'm just interested to know, just to again, once again, show others that there's no right or wrong here. It's just what works for you. And I've got a few responses. Looking forward to passing those on. So again, drop them in the comments, and we'll give it a go in answering your questions. Do you know, really look forward to the live session on Thursday. I think I can get really stuck in. Don't have to put any real planning into it, because I don't always know what I'm going to get. So until then, guys, have a great evening. Don't forget to check in with yourself. Don't forget to realise that there's more than one way to do things. Just doing it.